On March the 17th, we celebrate the beautiful solemnity of St. Patrick, missionary and bishop to Ireland. It is a feast of tremendous joy for the people of Ireland and beyond. The people of Ireland have a tremendous fondness for St. Patrick. We have a great devotion to St. Patrick, principally because he brought us Christ and his gospel. And since the 4th century, Ireland has been a predominantly Christian country. And we are very grateful to Patrick for that contribution. And that Christianity has been integrated into every aspect of life in Ireland. And most notably, when the Republic of Ireland was formed nearly 100 years ago, the Constitution, and the very first article establishes praise of the most blessed Trinity. And the people of Ireland, down through the ages, established for themselves that we have no king but Christ, and we have no queen but our Blessed Mother. And so the country, being Christian, rejoices on the feast of St. Patrick. And we observe that feast with proper solemnity and feasting, because we should be very happy that Christ and his gospel are so deeply rooted in Ireland. Of course, we know that St. Patrick was an historical figure. There is much written about St. Patrick and much known about St. Patrick. Of course, as with most historical figures, a certain mythology and legend surrounds them. While some of these myths and legends are interesting, some of them are even amusing, the most important aspect of the ministry of St. Patrick is the fact that he was a preacher and teacher of the gospel, and that he preached Christ and his revelation to the people of Ireland, and that those who heard his teaching and preaching converted to the faith and received baptism and were deeply, deeply happy to bear the name of Christ. The life of St. Patrick is very interesting. St. Patrick himself was from what is now known as Wales. He was taken to Ireland as a teenager. He was taken there as a slave. He was treated very poorly by the Irish, enslaved by them for at least 6 years. And while he was in Ireland, he speaks of a number of spiritual, mystical experiences that he had. He had an opportunity to escape from his captors, and he did so. He returned to modern-day Wales. He entered seminary. He was ordained a priest and ordained a bishop. And he had a recurring dream. And the dream was he could hear and see the people of Ireland calling him to walk among them once again. And so the same people who had treated him so abominably were calling him to walk among them again to preach the gospel. So St. Patrick would have been a missionary bishop in Ireland in the second part of the 5th century. And he spent 30, 40 years preaching the gospel to the people of Ireland. And basically during his lifetime, most of the country, most of the persons on the island of Ireland received baptism and converted to Christianity. This is a solemnity, a feast day of great joy for not only the people of Ireland, but for many other persons. And we need to celebrate this day with a certain gravitas, because this day for us is a holy day, and it is a day for us to ask that through the intercession of St. Patrick, we may cling to Christ more firmly, and that we may be more deeply converted.